Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaunneka and today we're going to be doing a Yin Yoga sequence for low back pain, and this is something that you guys have requested, so I thought I'd put together this sequence for you. So this sequence is going to involve targeting the low back but also the QL, so we'll be doing the postures with a twist, literally with a twist. We'll be incorporating twists into each posture. So for this practice, you will need 2 blocks. That is, if you decide to use them. And if you don't have blocks, of course, you can always use books, pillows, or anything that you have in your house. So let's go ahead and get started. Our first pose will be diamond or butterfly. So sitting on the mat, go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together. So the closer you have your feet in towards the groin, the more you're going to be working through the inner hips. The further away they are from the groin, the more you're working the outer hips. So the choice is yours. I'm going to bring my feet in nice and close. You might need to move the flesh from underneath your bum. Inhale, find length. And exhale, just allow yourself to fold forward. Just allowing the head to drop. Taking nice deep breaths here. So there should be no forcing or reaching. Just allowing yourself to naturally unfold in the pose. Last few breaths here. Take our last 2 breaths. Nice big inhale. And sigh it out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Slowly begin to walk the hands back in and bringing yourself to sit back upright. Go ahead, close the knees, wrap your arms around, and just rock here from side to side for a moment. Let's open our eyes and prepare for our next pose. So we will be making our way into a side bend. And you may or may not decide to use your blocks. I'll just have mine here handy just in case. We'll start with the left side. So go ahead, you're going to extend your left leg out to the side and bring the right foot in towards the left groin. From here, you're going to take your elbow and place your elbow on a block, either on the inside or the outside of that left leg, so that you feel a nice pull or stretch right into the low back, right into the QL. You can bring your hand and place it gently on the knee. And if having your elbow on the block is uncomfortable, you can always bring your elbow to your thigh or place the block on top of your leg. Let's go ahead and find the position that works for you. Be here just for a few breaths before we transition. This is also a really good pose to do leaning up against a wall. If you find that it's too much effort to sit in this position. If you're looking for a little bit more, you can always take the right arm and place it over your head. Really opening up the chest towards the ceiling. So if you have the arm overhead, go ahead and just bring your hand back down onto the knee. And we're going to now rotate the chest and the torso over the left leg. So you want to make sure that your sternum or your chest is lined up with your big toe. That's how I like to think about it. Inhale and then exhale. Allow your chest to drape over that leg. So now again, you should feel a nice pull here in the low back, right into the right QL area. Again, notice any areas that you may be gripping. I know for me, I have a tendency to squeeze my glutes. So just notice if maybe you are also doing the same. Last few breaths on this side. Last 2 breaths. Nice big inhale. And side out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Gently open the eyes if they were closed and walk the hands back up to center. Go ahead and just bend the left knee, bend the right knee, bring your hands behind you. Just very gently windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Just releasing anything that might be left on the left side of that hip. Let's just find a brief moment of stillness. Go ahead and make our way onto the other side, onto the right side. So extending your right leg out beside you and bring your left foot in towards the upper right thigh. Bring your block, if you used it on the other side, place it either on the inside or the outside of that right leg. Place your left hand gently on the left knee, make a fist, and allow the right temple to rest. So again, you want to make sure you're not sinking back into that hip. You're coming up and out, and you're actively making sure you're not lifting up that left hip off the floor. Opening the chest. And if you're looking for a little bit more, you can always take your left arm, reach it over. Again, making sure you're not closing in. If you're closing in, then maybe you just need to keep your hand on your knee, remembering to open up towards the ceiling or the sky. So getting ready to come into our fold. Go ahead and remove the hand from up above if it's already there. Remove the hand from the temple and sit upright. Turn your torso, your chest, so that it is in line with your right leg, or your sternum is in line with your big toe. Find length and fold forward. So again, notice if you're squeezing your bum or lifting the kneecaps. I have a tendency to do that. You really just have to allow it to relax and allow the body to fold. Last few breaths here. Last 2 breaths. Nice big inhale. Nice clearing exhale out of the mouth. One more inhale. And exhale. Opening the eyes if they were closed, lift the gaze, walk the hands back up. Bringing the torso back to center. Bend the right knee, bend the left knee. Just very gently windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Just releasing any kinks that might still be there. And then just finding a moment of stillness before we continue. Opening the eyes and lifting the gaze. So next up we have fire log with a twist. So go ahead and we'll start with the right shin at the bottom. So bringing your right shin at the bottom, making sure your right foot is flexed. You're going to take your left foot and cross it all the way over. So you may need to readjust your hips, center them. And again, as you can see, I have a really big gap between my foot and my knee. So you can always place your block there. If you don't want your knee kind of hanging out in space, you can always place the block on the outside and let the foot rest that way as well. So let's go ahead, find length. You always want to imagine you're sticking out your bum. That will increase the stretch you're feeling in the top leg, which should be the left thigh, left outer hip. Inhale here and exhale. Gently walk your fingertips forward. You can bring your hands on blocks or just straight out in front of you. Allow the head to drop. So getting ready to transition here without fully sitting upright. Just simply walk your fingertips over towards your left foot. So if it's too much, you can always grab your block and place your forearms. Something that I find helpful is I kind of dig my elbow into that left foot for stability. Really bringing your awareness to those areas where you're feeling tension and massage it out with your breath. So where the awareness goes, the breath goes. Last few breaths on this side. Last 2 breaths. Nice big inhale. Side out. One more inhale. And exhale. Let's go ahead and walk ourselves back to center where we began. And very gently walk yourself all the way back upright. Take that left leg off, uncross. You can bring your legs out just for a brief moment. Palms face up on the legs. Maybe do a few neck rolls. Just sitting in this position, I already feel so much more grounded through my left hip. All right, let's open the eyes and balance it out into the other side. So this time we're bringing the left shin parallel to the side or top of the mat, depending on which way you're facing. Make sure the left foot is flexed. You're going to take the right shin, right foot, and cross it all the way over. Again, you can place the block to the outside so that your right foot is resting on the block, or as you can see, I have quite a big gap between my foot and my knee. You can place the block there. I'm good here. I'm just going to readjust my hips. I'm going to find some length. I'm imagining I'm sticking out my bum, and then I'm going to walk my fingertips forward and allow my head to drop. Preparing to transition here without sitting all the way up. You're just going to walk all 10 fingertips over towards the right foot. Bring your block if you used it on the other side. Again, I like to dig my elbow into my foot or snuggle it in. Last few breaths here. Last 2 breaths. Nice big inhale. And side out. One more inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and spider your fingertips. Walk yourself back towards center. And then walking yourself back upright. Woo. Uncross the foot from the knee. Bend both knees. Bring your hands behind you and just very gently windshield wiper the knees from side to side. And finding that moment of stillness before we come to lay on the mat. Let's go ahead and make our way onto our backs. So from here, we'll be making our way into a happy baby position. So drawing your knees in towards your chest, you can grab a hold of the outer edges of your feet or the inner edges. It's completely up to you, whichever one is more comfortable. And bringing your feet up. You want to bring your knees and your ankles in one line, imagining as if you're walking on the ceiling. So your feet are flexed, pushing the back of your skull into the floor and your low back. You can stay here, or you can gently rock from side to side. Nice deep breaths. Maybe gently increasing the stretch by pulling down on the feet gently. Last few breaths here. Last 2 breaths. Nice big inhale. Side out. One more inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet to touch. Close the knees, close the legs, and bring your feet back down onto the mat. Go ahead and open your feet as wide as your mat and allow your knees to knock in. So feeling free to take your Shavasana in this position in constructive rest, or if you'd much rather, you can extend your legs out wide and your arms out wide. Just taking these few moments to really listen. Listening to the body and what it's telling you. Noticing any shifts, sensations. And of course, showing yourself a moment of gratitude for showing up to practice. Slowly now, inviting movement back into the body, wiggling the fingers and the toes, rotating the ankles and the wrists, reaching the arms up overhead, nice long body stretch, reach, 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 and release. Bending your knees, rolling over onto your side. You can cradle the head in your upper arm. And go ahead and push yourself up to a seat. Keeping the eyes closed. Just find a nice, comfortable seated position. We'll take one final breath here. Nice big inhale. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Gently opening the eyes. Yogis, I hope you found this Yin Yoga sequence for back pain beneficial. This is something you can do over and over because you never really realize how much you need your back until you get a back pain flare-up. I personally have experienced low back pain, and these are some exercises that I do myself when I get those flare-ups to kind of get everything open and moving again. I hope you liked the class. If you did, give it a thumbs up, like it, subscribe, and as always, share it with your friends and family or anybody who you think will enjoy this yoga class. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.